Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new Providence, Rhode Island guide of this week review. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, my friends. My name is Ben. This is That Cologne Guy. Check out my channel here and also in the description box if you'd like to know more. Bottom line is, every single Friday, I am the channel that welcomes you to your weekend. Happy Fragrant Friday. I hope you are doing well, and thanks for watching. You have seen the title and the description, so you know I am checking out none other than Haltane by Parfums de Marly. This is a high-end niche house, and I will be talking about it in a second. But the main thing is, time for a shout-out. I was away on a trip recently, and I came back to 3 packages from you guys, all fragrance, of course. One was Dr. Goo from Locked Scents. One was friend and subscriber Brian. And the third is subscriber Randy. So Randy sent this in. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I don't know if he sent this to me because he loves it or if he sent it to me because he thinks I would love it. I will let the cat out of the bag and tell you now, I absolutely loved rocking this juice this week and beyond, because I still have some left. So thank you very much, Randy. I really appreciate that very much. This is a 2021 release, and I'm happy to again report. I didn't like Herod, Herod, as much as you guys do. When I reviewed that one, it's okay. I like it. I just don't love it as much as you do, and happy to report if you are a Parfums de Marly fanboy or fangirl, you'll be happy to know that I love this one. So again, this one is 2021. It's a woody aromatic, and this one was an exclusive for Harrods. So that's a little bit different than the Herod I said just a minute ago. This is Harrod, and this is a upper scale department store in the United Kingdom. So this is exclusive for Harrods, Harrods. Some of you, if you buy your fragrance from many different places, may have purchased your fragrance from there before online. Okay, so let's get down to business. When it comes to the notes, you guys know that I don't give you all the notes. I think you can go, to Fragrantica or basenotes.net and check out all the notes. I give you the notes that I pick up. When you first spray this in the initial blast, you get a very strong lavender. In the mid, you get the 2 main players, which is saffron and praline. And then in the bottom or in the base, you get oud and you get a tinge of cedar. There is kind of a pine tree element to this, but let me just say the cedar really knows its place in this fragrance. It lurks in the background, and I like that about this. I think I've cracked the code. I feel like I may have cracked the code on this one, because here's what I think happened. When I read the description, the parfumé, at least from the house, Parfums de Marly or Parfums de Marly, Julian Sprecher, looks like Julian Sprecher, he mentioned that this was a fragrance that exuded elegance. And I feel like this is what happened. I feel like Julian called a meeting. He said, show up to the boardroom. And then he envisioned the following. Imagine a mix of Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis Kurkdjian, MFK, mixed with a more traditional Middle Eastern strong men's cologne. So you have Baccarat Rouge 540 with the saffron, and then you have an oud-based, very strong men's Middle Eastern cologne, and you put the 2 together. And I think that's what you get. And then you sprinkle on some sweetness with the pralines. I mean, it's a stroke of genius, actually. Do I know that that's the case? No, I do not. I just feel like that's what they may have envisioned here. That's what I'm getting. A wink and a nod to Baccarat Rouge 540, and then, of course, blended nicely with a Middle Eastern men's cologne. The addition of the sweet praline truly is a stroke of genius on this because it fully breaks away from the pack. This is not an oud rose combination. There's no rose, and it's not an oud combination with a lot of other notes. I really like the oud praline combination. It's well blended and works well. This is right up my alley because this certainly is a clean, sweet oud. If you like clean, sweet, and oud, this could be catapulted way up into your signature scent. Actually, it's just that good. So the last thing I'll mention is I don't know if it's because of the pralines, maybe mixed with saffron. I'm not sure what's going on as far as why, but there's a definite lactonic accord here. So there's this kind of milky, creamy quality that I like. Maybe that's why I'm picking up a little wink and a nod again to Baccarat Rouge. Not just the saffron, of course, that's obvious, but also just this kind of just creamy quality that I really like about this fragrance. Okay, so again, this is Parfums de Marly. I will be saying Parfums de Marly from the rest of the way. A niche house, like a Creed, like an Amouage, like a Maison Francis Coq-Jiang or MFK. These are brilliant houses. It's just that, by God, do they cost a lot of money. So this one is for 125 milliliter. It retails on their site, Parfums de Marly. It retails at $430 smackers for 125 milliliter. No, thank you. I will not be doing that. Now, I did see in some of the discounters, I saw this as low as like 220, 250, and then now you're talking more my language. I'm happy that people love to buy from their website. I'm happy that they're willing to shell out $430 for something like this. I am not. I told you before, the absolute max for me is about. I could probably be talked into something that's absolutely amazing for something like $365 because $1 a day. You could convince me. More than that, you start looking at Creed Viking, you start looking at Haltane by Parfum, this one, then I'm gonna cash in my chips and say no, thank you. Especially when you consider some of the recent cheapies that I have reviewed. So those are the notes. This is an easy one when it comes to a lot of the categories, right? Projection is outstanding. This is going to be easily 1 foot, 3 meter. 1 meter, 3 feet projection for the entire duration of the fragrance. How long does it last, you ask? I'm so glad you did. Longevity is a whopping 10 to 12 hours, but that's including clothes on watch bands, and that is going in and out of the outdoors. If you work just indoors and you spray on your clothes, your hair, you could even get well over 12 hours on this one. This is another powerhouse, and I love that about this fragrance. 10 to 12 I'm going to go with, but it's 12 plus, again, under certain circumstances. Sillage, so your scent trail coming in and out of rooms, you will absolutely leave a delicious, delightful, gourmand, Baccarat Rouge-esque scent trail, and so be prepared to get a lot of compliments, or at the very least asking what you are wearing. Really, really appreciate that about this one. Now, seasons are easy. This is a traditional fall winter. This is a very it would be cloying and hot in the heat, so I would say you would associate it more with the fall and the winter. And again, I would say if you wanted me to talk about day night, it is a nighttime. It's not so much you would want to reach for the 9 to 5. It's more from the happy hour, the going out to dinner, romantic night out, etc. But this is another one. I will be wearing this to work. But if you do wear it to work and you are in a lot of small meeting rooms throughout the day, this is another one you want to be very, very, very careful with. Definitely people will associate this more with the nighttime. Perfect. And again, for the romantic night out. For the romantic night in, again, be careful because this is not a skin scent. So you will possibly clear out a room if you spray too much. All right, so those are the notes. Let's go ahead and do gender. When it comes to this one, this one is another one that is a poem. It's an EDP, by the way. It should go without saying, but it is an EDP, eau de parfum. And this one is a poem. It's not a unisex release. It's another one that is I would call this a masculine release. So if we're saying feminine again, in my incredibly high technology AI-like element here with just using hands, we have feminine, masculine, and then unisex. This would be way over here into uber hyper masculine. This one's right here in the middle. This one is just a traditional, very masculine release, but it is a sweet gourmand. It is delicious. So the question that begs to be asked is, could a woman wear this fragrance? And the answer is unequivocally yes. Just like last week, I'm going to go with a 2/3, 1/3 split. I'm going to say the people who own this, the people who have it as a signature scent, who wanted this in their collection, it wasn't just given to them. I will say 66% men and 34% women. A woman could pull this off, no doubt. Age, I really don't have too much to say here. I mean, I'll tell you why. This one is all about if you like sweet and oud or not. So I'm going to say 20 and up. I really don't have too much to say about age. I don't see too many high schoolers and middle schoolers wearing this because they can't afford it. So 20 and up. And it really will come down to the question, do you like clean and sweet and oud? And if it's yes, you will love this one. And if you don't like gourmands, if you don't like the sweet ones, if you don't like oud at all, you just will not like this one. It is a clean oud, so we are looking at we're probably looking at Thailand or Indonesia, where the oud came from. I know that it's a note anyway, manufactured in a lab, but they're probably trying to imitate more from that area. The dirty and fecal ouds tend to be from Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, Southeast Asia. And then India is more medicinal. So I would assume that this is probably Indonesian or perhaps Thai on the oud that they're trying to emulate. Very clean. You guys ask me a lot what it smells like. This one is a very tough one because, quite frankly, it exudes class. It exudes class. As corny and cliche and cringeworthy as it is perhaps to say, it does. So what does it smell like? If I had to say, I would say it smells like if somebody brought a bunch of old books into a coffee shop or a bakery, where they had tons of pastries, very delicious, sweet, overpowering pastries, and you stayed and you read for a long time and you left, and you know how a lot of times the caramel or the chocolate or the coffee will get smell in your clothes. Think of a stack of old books, and then you take this into again to read for a very long time, and you have a lot of pastries near you, and it's just sticky sweet, and it's a sublime mix of the two. That's about the closest I can come up with. It really just comes down to sheer class. The addition of the praline really separates it from the pack. In fact, let me read what they said about this. Let's just see if the description from the house really falls through. So I'm reading from a script, just so you know. Haltane is a fragrance for a gentleman of today, inspired by the gentilhomme of the Château de Marly in the 18th century. Julien Sperre, founder and artistic director of Parfums de Marly. Haltane is an original scent of both radiance and shadow. Its composition features a blend of rare and noble ingredients which revisit the tradition of 18th century French perfume making. Okay, all good so far. Its dazzling freshness and herbal top notes quickly yield a warm and smooth sense of leather with a symphony of precious woods, soft and sweet, escorted by saffron. Its praline accord is an ultra-contemporary spin on the mythical oud wood. Agar wood, which is oud, emerges in this veil of contrasts and imprints the skin with luminous refinement for enduring comfort, a privilege that is all about sensation. I've always wanted to be a poet for perfume houses. Is it really all that? Actually, it is. It really is all that. It is outstanding. Is it worth $430? No, under no circumstance, but nothing really is. So for 125 milliliter niche house eau de parfum, oud, saffron, praline combination, man, this really is outstanding and lives up to that description. So there's nothing else left for me to do but to give this 5 out of 5 sprays in my rating system. I'm not going to give it 6 for a couple of reasons. It's too expensive. That right there knocks it out. Another one would be, it's not its fault, but of course I have a sample. The atomizer here is different than the actual bottle. I'm not reviewing the full bottle. So the bottle looks gorgeous, and I will say that, I'd be, maybe in the future, I might be convinced to move up to 6 out of 5 for the elusive That Cologne Guy bonus spray, but I don't see it happening. This to me is a rock solid 5. I'm going to stick with that because, again, it doesn't transcend tastes, preferences. And what I mean by that is the ones that get the 6 out of 5 are just made for every single person should have that in their collection. This is not it, because if you don't like clean, sweet, and wood, sticky sweet, I should say, and a very clean oud, then you just won't like this fragrance. All right, so 5 out of 5 sprays for this masterpiece, and I will go 1 on each wrist. I'm going to go back to my old way, 1 on each wrist, 1 on each side of the neck, and 1 right here. I'm rocking the Dad Rock t-shirt of Journey. I'll do it right on the Don't Stop Believin' emblem. Boom. And all right. Wow. Woo. I am in one fragrant kitchen. Oh man, this smells excellent. Thank you very much, Randy. I really appreciate it. I'm so happy I have a little bit left to use in the next couple of days. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for watching this. And always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Just real quick in the bonus feature, I just wanted to add one thing, which is I know some of you don't necessarily comment on the actual fragrance I'm reviewing, but just a friendly, gentle reminder to, if you don't have too much to say about this one, always let me know your scent of the day. In fact, just last night, I enjoyed going through your comments and checking out a few more of your scents of the day on Fragrantica. I just absolutely love to know what juice you're rocking on the day you watch my episode. All right, so take care, and I'll see you next week.